Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. I am Joe, and this is Wyatt. And today we're going to be reacting to the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio official teaser trailer. This is a film coming out on Netflix. And I'm going to be honest, the last film Guillermo put out, freaking Nightmare Alley with Bradley Cooper, so good.
He's always putting out some just good looking movies.
And, you know, he did Shape of Water a few years ago, and the population was split. Because all of the super artistic people were like, yeah, it deserves an Oscar. And then all of the casual watchers are like, what am I watching?
I personally, I didn't enjoy the movie, like plot-wise, but it is beautiful.
I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Stuff.
I don't really know what I feel about that. That doesn't matter. We're watching Pinocchio. It's a stop-motion musical. Let's get into it. We're going to give our thoughts afterwards, so stick around. Here we go.
From my many wanderings on this earth, I had so much to say about imperfect fathers.
Oh, crap, man. Did you see that? That movement. Okay, I'm just going to say this. The movement of the zoom in, or the dolly in and freaking jib up, I guess. That's really hard to do with stop motion, man.
Yeah.
Check it out. Let's replay that. Here we go.
About imperfect
Look at that.
fathers
Beautiful.
and imperfect sons. And about loss and love. I've learned that there are old spirits who rarely involve themselves in the human world, but on occasion, they do. I want to tell you a story. It's a story you may think you know, but you don't. A story. Of the wooden...
The practical effects in this. I mean, it's I'm sure there's animation accents, but this is for the most part lit the way it looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at how beautiful this is, man.
Yeah. If you do this with every shot, we're not gonna get through this trailer.
I'm just gonna say this.
Click. We can reference this after.
All right. Okay.
Let's watch. Let's finish the trailer first.
boy.
Where am I?
I feel as though you've been here before. The wooden boy with the borrowed soul. Be his son. Fill his days with light. We shall call you Pinocchio.
Oh, what a day, what a day.
Nice. Not a very long trailer.
No.
So much in it, though.
Absolutely. There's so much to this trailer, dude. And I'm gonna be honest. What I was talking about is when you're shooting something live action, okay, you can light it and set up the dressing to make it as beautiful as you can make it, okay, and you can go really elaborate on that. And then there's the other side where you have animation, where kind of like Avatar, you're building from the ground up. But this is miniature. It's all practical and building from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So every light, every color, every shadow is crafted with a purpose.
Well, I mean, even just this still shot right here.
Yeah.
You know, the way it looks is that you could reach out and touch his back.
Yeah.
You know, that's the beauty of something with
There's
practical
so much
effect.
texture
You could pick up that axe. You could touch that bottle.
Yeah.
You could grab that toolbox. Everything. Look, did you see the window has a crack in it?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? I mean,
That's
just
awesome.
every bit of this. It's beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And, like, even just with the close-ups. So I love the contrast of colors. That's one of my favorite things. And we saw that in Nightmare Alley. We've seen it in all of his work, for the most part, is he loves contrasting colors. And one of the most beautiful contrasts you can make is a warm orange with a cold blue. All right,
He's doing
that's
a lot of that.
all over this trailer. It's
Especially
all over this
like that
teaser.
shot right there.
Yeah,
With his face,
right
Geppetto's face,
here.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Yeah, and
that's incredible.
We did a kind of a video where we broke down. I talked about the visuals of just some of the screenshots from the film, and now that we have the trailer, we can see these in motion.
But also,
you know?
I think what stop motion lends itself to really well when you mix it with someone like Guillermo del Toro, who is just a lighting master, is you can take a human face like Geppetto's, and because it's real, it's physical.
Yeah.
You can add all kinds of texture to his face. His nose is bigger, his cheeks, his brows, his hair, everything. It's a human, clearly.
Yeah.
But it has so much texture and feature that like humans don't have, and you can play with that much with lighting.
Yeah, and the shadows. He does a lot of straight across lighting. So like here you see it's kind of like the key is backlit. So the hottest part of him, which is the key light, is hitting the side of his head, and it's almost a little bit behind him. Whereas you look at a shot like this, where it's almost straight coming from the side of Pinocchio, and then you have this kind of fall off shadow. So it's kind of like a midway between harsh and soft box.
But I mean,
that's rolling into darkness.
Pinocchio lends itself really well for this kind of dynamic because it takes place, further back in time. So you're going to be using a lot of candlelight and a lot of natural light, and so you get these blues and golds real easy.
Yeah.
But then look at this natural light.
Yeah.
So
much texture, so much depth here.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I'm pretty sure at least our foreground. They haven't released a ton, and I haven't been able to take the time to do a ton of research on it outside of outside of a little bit. I'm halfway on research. At least our foreground is practical.
Yeah.
So like the power line.
Yeah, this gravel here,
This gravel,
this grass.
the stones on the side of the road here.
These shadows.
Them, obviously. Yeah, that's all practical. Now, everything in the background, the town, the mountain, that all might be animation.
Or it could be something that they built that they've inserted into the frame at a later time.
Yeah, exactly.
But this style is beautiful.
And here's the thing. As far as just when it comes to filmmakers, when it comes to lighting geeks and composition, I have a feeling that this might be the film of the year.
Could be.
Because there's so much thought put into this.
I get anytime I watch stop motion, I get especially from this here, I get like Wes Anderson vibes.
A little bit.
Because Wes Anderson puts a lot of detail into a small area.
Yeah, he
and
puts
you
a
have
lot of...
you have to do that with stop motion as well. Put a lot of detail in small, and that's why Wes Anderson has done stop motion movies, like The Isle of Dogs, like The Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah,
is because he likes those small areas, big detail.
Definitely. And the thing is, like, when it comes to filmmaking, when it comes to any kind of animation filmmaking, things have already been done before. And so you have to build on it and do something new that we haven't seen. And I think out of almost every film that's come out this year, actually, I think this is coming out next year, this is going to be one of the most unique films of the year. Because even if the story doesn't capture the imagination of the majority of people who watch it, even if it's a little too dark for the Pinocchio story, even though the Pinocchio story is quite dark, even if people don't love it as a film, I know there's going to be a large sector of art appreciates who are going to just fan over this film just for the visuals.
I mean,
But
like speaking of, a kind of magical movie with dark tones, the soundtrack being very Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
It felt super magical.
Very much so. It was very, see, Harry Potter was like kind of made at the beginning for kids, but it had this kind of gothic overtone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This follows that perfectly.
But especially with like the first 3 movies, you get a lot of those themes, those magical themes of like, you know, harps and that sort of music, and this felt that way, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
But even as the trailer goes on, so very magical, dark magical almost.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is definitely going to be probably one of the most darkest takes on the Pinocchio story that we've seen. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to this film and kind of the revolutionary stop motion filmmaking that we haven't seen before.
See, I would hope that this movie has a Kubo and the Two Strings feel to it. I like Kubo and the Two Strings because it is magical fantasy with dark, you know, very, very dark tones to it in that kind of stop motion, but also a very heartwarming story that I think this movie could do very well.
Absolutely. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know all of your thoughts, what you think about the visuals, what you think about how they're presenting the Pinocchio story, or we all, for the most part, grew up with the Disney version of Pinocchio, which is a bit nerfed, if we're being honest.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's hear what you have to think in the comments. I want to hear what you're excited about. I want to hear what you're nervous about. And I want you to like the video if you enjoyed this reaction. And I want you to subscribe to the channel if you want to stick around and see more reactions just like this. Thank you so much for watching this video. And thank you for watching up to this point if you didn't enjoy it. We love you, and we'll see you next time.